A 7-foot-tall figure with glowing red eyes and 10-foot wings appears in the night sky. It doesn't attack, it just watches, and wherever it appears, tragedy soon follows. This is the Mothman, the most famous harbinger of doom in American history. It all began in November 1966 in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Two young couples were driving near an old abandoned munitions plant called the TNT area when they saw a massive creature rise from the trees. It had the body of a man, but huge wings and bright red eyes that glowed like headlights. Terrified, they sped away, but the Mothman followed them, flying alongside their car at over 100 miles per hour. Over the next 13 months, more than 100 people reported seeing the same creature. Gravediggers, police officers, and even pilots described the same thing, a silent, winged giant with piercing red eyes. Then came the tragedy everyone still talks about. On December 15, 1967, the Silver Bridge, the only bridge connecting Point Pleasant to Ohio, suddenly collapsed during rush hour. 46 people died. Many locals believed the Mothman had been warning them. After the bridge fell, the sightings stopped as suddenly as they began. Was it a cursed Shawnee spirit, a mutated bird from the toxic TNT area, or something that doesn't belong to our world at all? Even today, people still report seeing the Mothman, not just in West Virginia, but as far away as Chicago. And every time, something bad follows. The Mothman doesn't kill, it just appears, and when it does, you'd better listen. In the fog-shrouded woods of West Virginia, a hulking shadow stalks the night. Half man, half wolf, its howls echo an ancient Appalachian fears that refuse to die. Deep in Taylor County, the Beast of Grafton emerged in the late 1950s as a terrifying cryptid haunting the rural town of Grafton. Eyewitnesses described a massive bipedal creature covered in dark fur, standing over 7 feet tall with glowing yellow eyes and razor-sharp claws. It moved with unnatural speed, leaving behind mangled livestock and eerie footprints that blended human and canine traits. The first major sighting came in 1959 when a group of teenagers reported the beast chasing their car along a desolate road, its snarls piercing the darkness. Local lore ties the beast to Native American legends of shapeshifters or cursed spirits roaming the hills, perhaps awakened by mining disturbances that scarred the land. Some theorize it's an escaped circus animal or a genetic mutation from toxic runoff in the Tigard Valley River. Skeptics dismiss it as misidentified black bears or mass hysteria fueled by the era's Cold War paranoia and UFO flaps. Yet sightings persisted into the 1960s and beyond. Hunters spotting it near abandoned rail lines, families hearing unearthly growls outside their cabins. One chilling account from 1960 involved a farmer who claimed the beast attacked his barn, killing sheep before vanishing into the mist. Modern cryptozoologists link it to similar Appalachian creatures like the sheep squatch, suggesting a hidden population of undiscovered primates. Today, Grafton embraces the legend with festivals and tours, but locals whisper warnings. Venture too deep into those ancient forests at dusk, and the beast's legacy might claim you next. A reminder that in Appalachia's wild heart, some monsters are more than myth. In the starlit skies of rural Appalachia, a fiery streak heralds an otherworldly visitor. Tall, metallic, and reeking of sulfur, its glowing eyes piercing the night like a harbinger from the stars. On September 12, 1952, in the quiet town of Flatwoods, West Virginia, a group of locals witnessed a bright object streak across the sky, crashing into nearby hills. Mistaking it for a downed aircraft, a band, including teenagers and a mother, ventured up Fisher Farm Hill with flashlights. What they encountered chilled them to the bone. A 10-foot-tall entity hovering near a massive oak tree. Described as humanoid with a spade-shaped head framed by a cowl-like hood, it had claw-like hands, a metallic skirt-like lower body, and short, stubby legs. Its face glowed with two beaming greenish-orange eyes, and it emitted a hissing sound while releasing a pungent, nauseating mist that burned their eyes and throats. The group fled in terror, reporting the incident to authorities. Sheriff and deputies investigated, but found only skid marks, a strange odor, and flattened grass. News spread rapidly, dubbing it the Flatwoods Monster or Braxton County Monster. Skeptics claimed it was a startled barn owl on a branch, its eyes reflecting light, combined with meteor-induced hysteria. Ufologists saw it as an extraterrestrial scouting post-Roswell era, perhaps linked to Cold War UFO flaps. Cryptozoologists saw it as an undiscovered creature from Appalachia's depths, maybe mutated by mining chemicals. Investigations by Project Blue Book dismissed it as a meteor and owl, but witnesses stood firm, suffering lasting health issues from the gas. Today, Flatwoods honors the entity with an annual festival, monster chairs along highways, and a museum displaying replicas and artifacts. The tale inspires comics, films like The Flatwoods Monster, A Legacy of Fear, and tourism, blending folklore with sci-fi. In Appalachia's misty hollows, the Flatwoods entity endures as a symbol of the unknown, proof that in these ancient mountains, the line between earthly terror and cosmic mystery blurs under the stars. Whether alien, avian illusion, or something stranger, its legacy whispers, some visitors never truly leave. In the moonlit ridges of West Virginia, a spectral hound with glowing eyes and jagged fangs prowls the shadows. It snarls a warning from the grave, echoing through eternity. The Snarly Yow, a legendary phantom dog haunting the hills of Harper's Ferry since the 1800s, embodies Appalachia's ghostly folklore. Described as a massive black hound the size of a calf, with fiery red eyes, razor-sharp teeth, and a coat that shifts like smoke, it materializes on foggy nights along the Potomac River. Locals recount tales of the beast charging at travelers, only to pass through them harmlessly, leaving a chill and the scent of brimstone. One infamous encounter in the Civil War era involved Union soldiers fleeing in terror as the Yow guarded a hidden Confederate cache. Rooted in Native American and European settler myths, some believe it's the spirit of a loyal hound slain during the Revolutionary War, cursed to roam eternally. Others tie it to Scottish black shuck legends brought by immigrants, or a hellhound summoned by dark Appalachian magic. Cryptozoologists speculate it could be a misidentified black bear or wolf hybrid, amplified by moonshine-fueled hysteria in isolated communities. Sightings peaked in the 19th century, but continue today. Hikers on the Appalachian Trail report unearthly howls and paw prints vanishing into thin air. Skeptics blame optical illusions from river mists or escaped zoo animals, yet believers swear by protective charms against its gaze. Harper's Ferry honors the Yow in ghost tours and festivals, weaving it into tales of John Brown's raid. In these ancient mountains, the Snarly Yow persists as a guardian phantom, a reminder that Appalachia's wilds hold secrets where the veil between worlds thins and old spirits still snap at the heels of the unwary. In the dense, whispering forests of West Virginia, a colossal shadow thunders through the underbrush, its primal roars shaking the mountains, a beast that defies the line between myth and monster. Known as the Yahoo in Appalachian lore, this elusive giant haunts the wilds of West Virginia, evoking tales of a hairy, ape-like creature towering 8 feet tall with piercing eyes and immense strength. First whispered among Native American tribes like the Shawnee, who spoke of forest guardians or vengeful spirits, the Yahoo gained notoriety in the 1800s when settlers reported massive footprints, uprooted trees, and blood-curdling yells echoing through hollers. One chilling account from the 1840s describes a miner in the Monongahela forest fleeing a shaggy behemoth that hurled boulders like pebbles, its stench of wet fur lingering for days. Cryptozoologists link the Yahoo to Bigfoot variants, suggesting it's a surviving Gigantopithecus, or undiscovered primate adapted to Appalachia's rugged terrain. Skeptics attribute sightings to black bears standing upright, or hoaxes amplified by moonlit isolation and coal country folklore. Yet evidence mounts: plaster casts of 18-inch prints with dermal ridges, audio recordings of unearthly howls analyzed by experts, and thermal images capturing heat signatures too large for known wildlife. Modern encounters persist, hikers on the Allegheny Trail spotting fleeting silhouettes, campers awakening to tent-shaking grunts. In 2015, a group near Dolly Sod's wilderness filmed a dark figure crossing a ridge, fueling online debates. Theories range from interdimensional wanderer to escaped experiment from hidden government labs in the hills. West Virginia celebrates the Yahoo in festivals like the Bigfoot Bash, blending tourism with tradition. Statues and museums dot the state, preserving the legend. In these ancient ridges, the Yahoo embodies Appalachia's untamed soul, a reminder that in the heart of the wild, some secrets roar back, challenging us to believe in the beasts that lurk just beyond the firelight. In the misty backwoods of Appalachia, a feline phantom with woman's cries stalks the moonlit trails, half human, half beast, its golden eyes gleaming with ancient vengeance. The Wampus cat prowls the folklore of the southern Appalachians, particularly in North Carolina and Tennessee, as a fearsome cryptid blending Cherokee legend with settler tales. According to native stories, it originated from a beautiful Cherokee woman who disguised herself in a mountain lion pelt to spy on a secret men's hunting ritual. Punished by the spirits, she was cursed to roam eternally as a hybrid creature, a massive 6-legged cat with a woman's wail, razor claws, and piercing yellow eyes that hypnotize prey. First documented in the 1800s, sightings describe a black-furred beast the size of a panther, ambushing travelers on remote paths, its screams echoing like a banshee's lament. In the early 1900s, loggers in the Great Smoky Mountains reported the cat overturning wagons and stealing tools, attributing misfortunes like mine collapses to its curse. One chilling account from 1920s East Tennessee tells of a farmer who shot at the shadow only for bullets to pass through, leaving him scarred by ethereal scratches. Theories vary: a shape-shifting spirit guardian of sacred lands, a mutated bobcat from moonshine distilled folklore, or a remnant of prehistoric saber-toothed cats. Skeptics chalk it up to misheard cougar calls or Black Panther escapes, amplified by isolation and superstition in coal hollow communities. Modern encounters linger, hikers in the Nantahala forest hearing unearthly yowls, campers finding paw prints morphing into human footsteps. North Carolina towns like Hot Springs celebrate with Wampus cat festivals, parades featuring costumed beasts, and craft beers named after the legend. In Appalachia's enchanted ridges, the Wampus cat embodies wild mystery, a spectral sentinel reminding that these mountains hold grudges and some curses slink forever in the undergrowth, ready to pounce on the unwary under a harvest moon. In the frost-kissed hollows of West Virginia, a pallid specter glides through the snow-draped trees, its ethereal form a blur of white fur and malice, leaving trails of dread in the winter night. The White Thing, a chilling cryptid of Appalachian legend, haunts the rugged terrain of Pocahontas County and surrounding areas, emerging as a ghostly white beast since the early 1900s. Witnesses depict it as a massive ape-like figure cloaked in pristine white fur, standing up to 8 feet tall with elongated limbs, razor fangs, and eyes that glow like embers in the dark. It moves with silent grace, often spotted during blizzards or full moons, its howls mimicking human screams to lure the lost. Rooted in Native American tales of winter spirits or shape-shifting wendigos, the White Thing gained prominence in settler stories. A 1924 account from a trapper near the Greenbrier River describes the creature ambushing him, its claws raking the air as it vanished into a snowstorm, leaving only massive clawed prints that ended abruptly. During the Great Depression, loggers in the Monongahela National Forest blamed it for missing comrades, attributing eerie disappearances to its predatory hunger. Theories speculate it's an albino Bigfoot variant, adapted to snowy camouflage, or a mutated bear from radiation in old mine shafts. Paranormal enthusiasts see it as a harbinger of doom, linked to tragic events like avalanches or mine collapses. Skeptics dismiss as optical tricks from fog and wildlife, like white-tailed deer or escaped zoo animals, amplified by isolation and folklore. Modern sightings endure, snowmobilers in the 2000s reporting the beast charging their paths only to dissolve like mist. Crypto hunters deploy trail cams, capturing fleeting white shapes and unexplained vocalizations. West Virginia weaves the legend into ghost tours and festivals, celebrating its spectral allure. In Appalachia's frozen wilds, the White Thing symbolizes untamed peril, a pale phantom reminding that in these eternal mountains, winter's grasp hides horrors that stalk the unwary, their white forms blending with the snow until too late. In the tangled thickets of Virginia's Blue Ridge, a lumbering giant crashes through the undergrowth, its guttural grunts a call from the wild, blurring the boundary between man and myth. The Wood Booger, a cryptic staple of Appalachian folklore, roams the dense forests of southwest Virginia and East Tennessee, embodying a regional twist on the Bigfoot legend. Towering up to 9 feet with shaggy brown fur, broad shoulders, and enormous feet, leaving 18-inch prints, this beast has terrified hunters and hikers since the 1800s. Cherokee tales whisper of Chul Kalu, a hairy slope-shouldered giant guarding sacred mountains, while settlers dubbed it Wood Booger for its elusive, boogeyman-like presence in the woods. Early accounts from the 19th century describe loggers in the Jefferson National Forest hearing thunderous footsteps and finding felled trees snapped like twigs. A 1950s sighting near Saltville involved a family spotting the creature rummaging through their trash, its eyes reflecting firelight like coals before it vanished into the mist. During the 1970s Bigfoot craze, expeditions scoured the area, capturing grainy photos and plaster casts, fueling debates. Theories posit it's a surviving prehistoric hominid, perhaps a Gigantopithecus descendant adapted to rugged terrain, or a misidentified black bear enhanced by fog and fear. Paranormal buffs link it to shape-shifting spirits or interdimensional travelers slipping through Appalachian portals. Skeptics blame hoaxes or escaped primates from traveling circuses. Modern encounters continue. Trail cams in the Mount Rogers area snag blurry figures, and podcasts recount eerie howls during full moons. Virginia towns like Damascus host Wood Booger festivals with costume contests and guided hikes, blending tourism with tradition. In these timeless highlands, the Wood Booger symbolizes untamed wilderness, a shaggy sentinel reminding that Appalachia's depths hide enigmas where every rustle might summon the booger from the brush, its legacy etched in the earth's ancient bones. In the frost-veiled valleys of New England Appalachia, a shadowy predator with gleaming eyes and thunderous roars hunts the unwary. Its form a twisted fusion of bear and panther, a relic of forgotten terrors. The Glawackus, a cryptic beast from Glastonbury, Connecticut's rugged fringes, terrorized the region in the late 1930s as whispers of a monstrous hybrid spread through the hills. Eyewitnesses reported a massive creature 6 feet at the shoulder with shaggy black fur, cat-like agility, and bear-like bulk, its guttural Glawackus cries echoing like demonic laughter. First sighted in 1939 by hunters who found mutilated livestock drained of blood, the beast evaded traps and bullets, leaving only oversized paw prints and a sulfurous stench. Local lore ties it to Algonquian spirits or a cursed shaman's familiar awakened by logging that scarred sacred lands. Newspapers dubbed it the Glastonbury Glutton, fueling a media frenzy with posses scouring the woods. A 1940 encounter saw a farmer firing at the shadow charging his barn, only for it to vanish mid-leap, his horse found torn apart come dawn. Theories abound: an escaped circus hybrid of lion and bear, a prehistoric survivor like a short-faced bear, or a paranormal entity drawn to human encroachment. Skeptics blame misidentified moose or mass hysteria amid Great Depression woes, amplified by isolation in the hilly terrain. Sightings faded by the 1950s, but echoes persist. Hikers in the Meshomassic State Forest hearing unearthly snarls, trail cams capturing blurred forms. Glastonbury nods to the legend in festivals and murals, blending fear with fascination. In Appalachia's northern reaches, the Glawackus lurks as a spectral guardian, a snarling enigma reminding that these ancient woods harbor primal forces ready to pounce when the veil thins, their roars a call to respect the wild's untamed heart. Beneath the moonlit peaks of the Smoky Mountains, pale dwarves with enormous eyes emerge from hidden caves, ancient dwellers of the dark, whispering secrets of a forgotten world. The Moon-Eyed People, a captivating Cherokee legend from the southern Appalachians, describe a race of small, fair-skinned beings with large, luminous eyes who inhabited the region long before native tribes. Sensitive to sunlight, they ventured out only at night, building mysterious stone structures like forts and walls that dot North Carolina and Tennessee's landscapes. Cherokee oral histories tell of these nocturnal folk clashing with warriors, their eyes glowing like moons as they defended underground realms from invaders. Archaeologists link them to prehistoric Mississippian cultures, suggesting the moon eyes stemmed from albinism or cave-dwelling adaptations. European settlers in the 1700s reported eerie encounters, miners hearing tiny footsteps in shafts, farmers finding child-sized tools in fields. One 18th century tale from Fort Mountain, Georgia, claims the Cherokee drove them out in a great battle, their pale forms retreating into eternal darkness, leaving behind enigmatic mounds. Theories abound.
Celtic migrants shipwrecked and intermingled with locals, resembling Welsh legends of fairies, or extraterrestrial visitors with light-sensitive eyes, explaining UFO-like sightings in the area. Skeptics view them as symbolic tales of displaced indigenous groups or natural phenomena like bioluminescent fungi mimicking eyes. Modern explorers seek their traces in places like the Nantala Gorge, where strange carvings and echoes fuel hikes and festivals. In Appalachia's veiled valleys, the moon-eyed people endure as ethereal guardians, a luminous reminder that these ancient hills cradle lost civilizations, their wide-eyed gazes watching from the shadows, eternal witnesses to time's hidden passages.
That's 10 Appalachian mysteries that still haunt the mountains. Which one chilled you the most? Write in the comments. The best answers may be featured next time. Subscribe and hit the bell for more real, unexplained cases. Stay vigilant.